Okay, everybody, we're here today. Thank you for visiting the Coach Bobby YouTube channel. And my favorite team is here, and we're going to be talking about the Commanders. This is a 45-minute video, but only going to be about maybe 10 minutes. So I'll be moving around the video, but I will leave a link in the description, and you can check it out for yourself. So this is from a day ago. Commanders live from first open practice. Let's see what's going
on. Terry McLaurin has reported, and we're very happy about that. He'll start the training camp on PUP for his ankle. So on the business side, AP and the guys are still working hard with Terry and his rep on the business side of things.
So basically, he did report to camp, but he is unable to perform at this time. And so I think that probably was the best shot for him. Just show up, be unable to perform, and at the same time, he can work out his contract thing. I think that's honorable. As far as the contract, I really think that the Commanders are trying to make a different approach at how they deal with their players now. They know that they have a wonder at quarterback. They're going to save as much money for him, and they've seen that the Commanders are able to be successful with mid receivers. So let's focus on that offensive line. That's what it looks like, right? We got a great quarterback. And let's get some mid receivers. Let's put some speed in there. They went out and got Deebo Samuels. So we're talking about Terry McLaurin. You know, he feels like, you know, I've been here for a while, and I put up the numbers last year that what's up? Where's the money? But on the other side, the Commanders are looking at the situation like, okay, but we may be able to find your replacement. So let's get back to the video.
So while on PUP, just like we do with, you know, the other guys, he'll be working with the trainers, you know, to get back as soon as he can. So same scenario like Sam Cosmi onto the side, working there. So wanted to give you the update.
Welcome into Command Center Training Camp Live. We are out in Ashburn, Virginia right now for week 1 of our Commanders training camp. Now, we've got a big show on deck for you today because it's Back Together Sunday. That's right. We got the best fans in the NFL in the building. Yes, yes, yes. And to our fans' delight, we have gotten news on Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
He is back in the building. Right. He is on the PUP list. Logan, I'm going to go with you because you're looking so cool over there in that straw hat.
I feel like there's a little bit of hate from you, man.
How does that news affect camp?
I mean, it's exciting, man. I think getting a leader back like Terry in the building, to me, it shows a progression. I don't know, and that's always exciting. And it just getting him back in the fold is always going to be a big deal.
Guys love seeing the leader, the captain, come back in the building. It's exciting to have him back. He's not going to do anything, obviously, on the PUP.
Okay, so we can see this is pretty much the alumni here. These guys, you got Brian Mitchell from the great days, Carlos Rogers from the OK days, and Sean Springs. I mean, these were very, very good players, standouts. But these were from the days when they weren't really producing anything. I would say Brian Mitchell would know more about this. So let's move forward. Let's try to get some footage in. See what they're looking at.
And we always got an eye in the sky. The camera never lie. But then when you get these human eyes out here, you want to make sure you hold a certain standard.
Yeah.
Me and Sean were just talking about it. We enjoyed these practices.
Yeah.
It was a chance for us to showcase the things that we can do, especially at the beginning of the year. Everybody at this point, it don't matter, all 32 teams think they're going 16, 17, and 0 right now. So the fan base is ruckus, the fan base is loud, and everybody just excited for the start of a new year.
And you want to give them something to let them know that you
You gotta get an interception or something.
Yeah. There goes sweaty face Carlos Rogers.
Gotta give him something, make a play or something. Santana always used to try to score him. It's first day he want to spin the ball.
Where did try come from?
You heard they try. So you know what that means. You know those 2 lips, those 4 lips will tell a lot of lies. So
My daddy was a preacher.
I love when the fans are here because it always gave me that.
Like he need a towel. So let's move forward. I think we're just moving around. Let's see. Go back to Dan Quinn.
As it goes, there's more plays. So the first day, this amount of plays, second, a little bit more, third, a little bit more. So the playbook expands, and you want to see who can stay locked, who can stay in it. There's going to be some mistakes, no doubt about it. But you do want to see who can handle the amount of the install as it goes. So, yeah, it'll be a fun 3-day block, one of them that will include padded, and that's a different evaluation for the big guys.
Not only on Jaden Daniels in the passing game, but this running back room.
Yes, it is, and I think the thing about it, like, people know I like to cook, okay? So for me, you got to have the proper ingredients. And sometimes you got the old school ingredients like an Austin Eckler or a Brian Robinson Jr. But then you get a newfound thing in Jeremy McNichols or Chris Rodriguez. And then you got a new spice that pops up in Crocky Merritt. I think the thing for me is this. The offensive line is going to dictate what happens there. But a lot of those guys in the running back.
I think that's very true. The offensive line, I believe, has always been the problem with the Commanders. The offensive line should be the first offensive line and then defensive line. These are the two things that you really, really, really must be concerned with. And when the Commanders had all these previous coaches, they were not concerned with that. They were concerned with the defensive line, what the defensive can do. But your offense cannot move because they cannot protect the quarterback. So you have to have a standout line or be reaching to that goal.
Back room, I think they understood. Last year when things went down, they were blamed.
Yeah.
There wasn't the O-line blame. It wasn't the injuries of anybody. It wasn't what was going on with the offense. The running back got blamed. I think as a former running back, we never want that to happen. So Brian Robinson came in this year a little bit healthier, okay, more in shape. Austin Eckler been doing it for a long time. You saw every time Chris got a chance last year, and whenever Jeremy gets in the game, they make it happen.
Yeah.
And now we got a young man the NCAA screwed in his last year of college, but ever since he's got an opportunity then, he's went out there and he's produced. I'm expecting to see the same thing. So I love that competition of the veteran guys, the mid-range guy, and the young guys. It's a mixture of things that's going to get you to the top where you want to be.
He's talking about the mixture of veterans, new players, and people that's been around for the league for a while. Having that mixture because you want to be able to have guys mentor some of the younger guys. And not only that, be able to sit down and watch, but still be able to contribute at the same time. A lot of teams you see, all they have is star players, and the rest of the players are just to the win. So what they're trying to create is a structure with Commanders, which they never had before, and I think this is beneficial.
Yeah, I like that list of running backs you just brought up, and speaking of the whole analogy about you cooking and everything, who I want to see cook this year is with this camp is JCJ. You know what I mean? I want to see a guy like him. Just knowing what we saw in Coleman last year, how we got him on board as a rookie and got him off to a great start. Just imagine when we have a guy like JCJ. We talked about his athleticism, talked about all he can do in the pass protection game. If we can get
Talking about the line, the contribution from the rookie last year who came on board, and he's been able to move over the guard because we did get a new tackle who was coming in, and he's the first round draft pick, and he is looking good. So back to
get him off to a great start. Just imagine what this offensive line could look like, you know what I mean, with this addition. So I'm looking forward to seeing him or hearing his name throughout camp, and I'm hopefully it's all good.
Rookie OT Josh Connolly. There it goes. 2024 All Big Ten, first team, third team All-American. So that's something to look at. That's someone you want to have on your team opposite another All-Star All-American.
Good signs that this guy's going to have a great start to the season.
You talk about a good sign. Getting a guy like Josh Connolly, the moves we made show we're fortifying that offensive line for Jaden Daniels. When you're a quarterback, B-Mitch, and you see your team invest in the offensive line, invest in the weapons around you, it's got to make you feel good, right?
Well, it makes you feel good, not only with the offensive line, but what I discussed as well. The offensive line and the running game will make a quarterback's life easier.
Yeah.
And also, Tanner understand.
So last year, the Washington Commanders had to be more dependent on Jaden Daniels to keep drives going. They got dependent on his legs, and as you saw last year, he had a rib injury. He sustained a rib injury because he had to take these chances for his team. So this year, the different approach with the Commanders will be to fortify that line, and they feel if they can surround him with some good players, that we can. I mean, think about it. We went to the NFC Championship, game. And we played against a team that we had beat in the regular season, and that was the Philadelphia Eagles. We played them in the championship game, and we lost. At some point, that was going to fall apart. That team was going to fall apart against a great football team. But with these things, these parts and pieces that the Commanders have now added to the squad, this can keep Jaden Daniels upright and keep him functioning in the game at great proportions. And I think that's what we're looking to uncover here. So let's go.
Run the ball, a receiver like
Definitely
be,
capacity, yep.
If you put it one-on-one on these receivers, then they should win. You know, and I think that's the ultimate thing. Football is a game of matchups. And when your O-line can go out there and handle business, you give your running back a chance to go exploit some people. The receivers get the busted wide open because the league and the rules are dictated for the receivers now, where you can't touch them, and if you can't touch a guy like that at 4'3", you're in trouble.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I just think ultimately what this team is doing, they're methodically putting together a team that they saw last year needed some pieces, and they went out and they got guys that they think can come in and have an instant impact.
And talk about the guys in the trenches. When you flip that list, I talk about a guy that can have an instant impact.
Yeah.
Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah.
He stands out on the screen when you see him. This man is
Big
massive.
boy.
How do you think he affects, especially our run game?
Well, I think with Javon Kinlaw, what happens is not only him, but you got other guys coming in too, Avery Goldman. Big guys normally dictate little guys' life, okay? And the big guys on this team on the defensive line, Javon Kinlaw was the biggest signing in the offseason. You know, $15 million a year. That gives people attention. But when you look at him, you go, damn, that's a big dude. So if he goes out there and he starts.
So Kinlaw, the general manager, is basically has history with, knew him from back in San Francisco. Kinlaw also, I believe, went to the Jets, and he did not really produce. 2024, he had a total of 40 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 2 fumbles. But I believe that because the general manager was involved with his draft, he believes that he knows the quality that Kinlaw can bring to the Commanders, and that's yet to be seen. And for $15 million a year, I mean, he should be a great addition, but that is a big body that's basically going to help Payne in the middle and going to help the young Newton that's in there. So let's go to the next scene here.
Start commanding double team respect. You're now going to give a veteran guy, you know, like a Von Miller, opportunity to go one-on-one on the pass rush. Von Miller at 15, 16 years in this league is going to kill almost every offensive tackle out there. So Javon Kinlaw will be the guy who's going to initiate and dictate things.
And again,
I think this team went out there and they got bigger guys because they saw what we were dealing with. The defending champ, the Philadelphia Eagles. Offensive line is huge.
So let's move forward.
How do you combat?
Group right now coming out of the first 3 days are the DBs.
Yeah.
Right? Like they just on Friday last week, man, were getting their hands on footballs. And just talk about maybe the dynamic of that group. We got young guys, we got old veterans, we got 2 young safeties, we got kind of a interesting guy at nickel. What are our thoughts about them? And like Fred, honestly, like watching them last week, a lot of man coverage. Played way better, way tighter than I ever would have thought. Tell me about that group real quick.
Well, the thing about it is, me and Blue understand the defense. We start out faster than y'all before y'all get y'all time in their training camp.
Let's talk about that a little bit more, right? Because why is that? Because
Over 154 rushing yards per game and 25 rushing touchdowns with one heck of a rushing quarterback to add to that. Now, B, we talked about it a little bit. Tannehill.
So, okay. This looks like for 2024, the total rushing yards, 2,619. That was third, according to stats here. Rushing yards per game, 154 yards. That was ranked third. Average yards per carry, 5 yards. Ranked fourth. Rushing yard touchdown, 25th. Ranked fourth. And I remember Jaden Daniels having a lot to do with that. Being a dual threat. You see a dual threat. You see a Brian Robinson. This year, I expect Brian Robinson to make some moves because, out of all fairness, I believe that he is better than what he produced because of the line that he has had to deal with. So this is the year the line is going to be fortified and be able to move a guy like Robinson and get him in the end zone more often so that Jaden Daniels will be opened up for that long pass out there. Once again, Deebo Samuels. And then, like I said, we have McLaurin. You know, the deal with McLaurin is the team, I mean, hey, we're going to leave this to the general manager and his staff and allow him to run the team. They showed us last year that they were capable of making the proper decisions and bringing people into this organization. They have shown this year, the people that they have brought into the organization, that they are making a serious move towards the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about what they should do with McLaurin. I'm going to allow those guys to handle that. So at this time, we'll go ahead and let it go. This is what happened basically yesterday in the training camp of the Washington Commanders, my team. I expect us to go to the Super Bowl and win it this year. And it's going to be a fun ride, and I hope that you hang out with me and we just check it out. And there's going to be some other things we're going to look into, all other teams as well. So check out my page, Coach Bobby. Remember to always do the right thing and seek understanding.